Come on in, y'all. Come on in, y'all. Come on in, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome to a new live. I put my phone on silent. I'm going to be present with you all. Welcome, 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 welcome to a new live, people. Straight from the studio. Well, not the studio. I'm sitting down in my living room, but y'all know what I mean, right? So, how are you all doing? I hope that everybody's doing fine. Let me give them a couple of minutes for people to come in. If not, that's okay too, because I'm going to start anyway, right? So, in the meantime, as I'm waiting for some minutes to subside, I got some things to share. I was thinking today, like, okay, yesterday I said I was going to come back on the live, and what could be something good to discuss with you all, because I always want to give something great. I always want to give something that will make you walk away from this life feeling good. Like you have listened to someone that has something to say, has something to offer, has something to give. At least that's right. But sometimes it's just hard to give something. It's just hard to give something. And here's where I start my story, because I'm just going to start. And for the people that want to come in, just come on in, leave something in the comments, in the chat, let it just run. If there's something that you are agreeing with or disagreeing with, I will see it. I will see it pop up anyway. So before we actually start, really start, hit that subscription button and hit that like button, right? Help build this platform, help push it forward, help push the content forward. If we all join, great things can happen. I know with my own belief and my own strength and my own stamina and determination, I can do a lot of things, but you can do even more with a whole tribe, with a whole community. So hit that subscription button. Don't be stingy with it. Use that finger. Hit it. I don't know if it's on this side or on this side. It's always the question which side it is, but knowing how this camera works is going to flip it. So press that button. Don't be shy. Press it. So, like I already said, sometimes you have nothing to give. You have absolutely nothing to give. You have given every single thing that you possibly could give. Like, I was in a rough spot when I started my journey as an artist. It wasn't just one rough spot, I had many rough spots. And I don't think I won't ever have any rough spots, but I do believe that they can be less rough, and also that I don't have to choose to go through each and every rough spot. But the rough spots were really present in the beginning. And I started at the age of 30, 31. I always have to think. Sometimes I'm so unsure about it. If it was 30, 31, let's say from the age of 30. I'm 37 right now. So I've been busy for quite some time. And when I started this journey, I had nothing to give. I was frustrated. I was depressed. I was disappointed in myself and in people. And I was really actually looking for a way to turn things around. I was desperately, desperately looking for a way to turn things around. How can I make sure that this is just going totally the other way? How can this just stop? Because it's hurting. Have you ever noticed that when you're in a rough spot and things are just not going your way, that it really physically can hurt? And it can hurt in the form of fatigue. It can hurt in the form of headaches, mental pain, emotional pain. It literally shows itself as pain. And I was experiencing a lot of that pain, a lot of that pain. People around me were also experiencing a lot of that pain. And even though I took the time to explain my story to them over and over and over again, and they would give me advice and they would give me advice and they would try to push, pull, points, direct me into a better, like a better new lane, it didn't work. It didn't work at all. Because I was like, why are y'all trying to make it seem better? I'm in pain. You should be the one who's listening to the pain. You should be the one who's supporting me in this pain. You should be the one who is supporting me in this particular situation because I'm aching and I want to vent it. But what I did not see in that particular moment is that I was not venting. I was essentially just throwing out garbage. That's how I like to see it. Mm. Throwing out the garbage. And I wasn't even really being mindful of who got the garbage. Instead of me taking the garbage and carefully and intentionally putting it in the trash can and making sure that I clean myself up so that I don't have to go through all that trash that's going through my life and having all that pain and all that aching, I just threw and dumped all that trash upon other people. I know I did. Now that I'm thinking about it, I know I did. And for me, it was a logical thing to do because people would do that to me as well. So for me, it was a logical thing to do to others. And I saw that through a filter that's called venting. I wasn't venting at all. That is literally dumping your trash upon other people. So in that beginning, when I started with art, the reason why it was so easy for me to find back my way into art is because it allowed me to manage the pain and the sorrow and disappointments that I had in life in a different way, in a more creative way, right? I was able to transmute bad vibes into good vibes. That is the only thing that I was doing. Only thing that I was doing. Transmuting bad vibes into good vibes. I wasn't really aware of it that I was doing that. But now, older, wiser, I knew I was doing that at that particular time. And I'm actually kind of embarrassed, like really like embarrassed. Really like embarrassed if you want to talk about being embarrassed. When I think about the moments and the times that I took for granted that people would take out their time and their energy just to listen to my sob stories, yeah, I'm a little bit embarrassed. I'm a little bit embarrassed. The thing that helped me get through the pain and the hurt was to acknowledge that I am responsible for whatever it is that I'm doing and also feeling. And my nose is so itchy, people. So I think a sneeze is coming up. So be prepared for it when I'm starting to sneeze. Anyway, I was not aware of the fact that I was at the root of it all. And in my venting, I would talk a lot about what other people would do to me, what situations were doing to me, everything that I was doing to me that has been done upon me, to me. I'm the victim. I'm being attacked. But even a victim has the responsibility to take control. Now, that sounds really, really unfair. And no, it sounds really unfair because even till this day, I'm still dealing with certain situations and people where I'm like, are you serious? So, what do you think? Because I'm looking the way I'm looking, that I'm not going to feel what it is that you're doing? I'm not going to notice it? The difference between that is I'm more focal about it. I'm focal and I can say when somebody's doing wrong. But at that particular moment, I wasn't focal. So I was taking so much in, so much in. And the moment that it was too much, I would literally just burst. Okay, I would literally just burst. So no wonder that I was walking around with all that pain. There was no way for me to release it, no healthy way to release it. There was no way that there were people around me that said, listen, when you're dealing with this type of situation, the way that you vent is to also look for eventually, because at the moment that you're venting, you're just venting, but eventually look for a way where you can be more healthy and be more aware of where you are and not just dump on people. Nobody's waiting for that all the time. People will be very patient with you. People will be very patient, even I, because I consider myself to be a pretty patient person most of the time. Most of the time, I'm a patient person. But even I have like a boundary. When I hear, for instance, Susie coming to me, and for the fifth time she's talking about how a boyfriend is cheating on her, I'm gonna be like, Susie, it sounds like you kind of want the situation if you're not doing anything about it, right? And that's the situation that I was in. I was Susie. Nobody was cheating on me, but I was Susie. But I was still hurting. I discovered art. In the moments that I'm doing art, I'm able to transmute my energy into something good, into something productive. But the moment that you're stepping out of the art, you're still hurting. There's still this feeling of, damn, what? I'm still dealing with all of this that's going on, and that went on for a couple of years. And I'm very fortunate to have had people around me, to have had friendships and interactions with people in which I had to learn about myself. Because I think in a lot of cases, when it comes to relationships, whatever type of relationship it is, you learn more about yourself through someone else just by looking how you're reacting, responding, and what you're giving out, and also what you're taking in. You learn so much about it because they mirror you. They can mirror you in the opposite, but they can also directly mirror you in the same way. And some people will go under it, some people will go above it. So they will give more of what you have or give less of what you have, or just, they're in the middle. Most people are not that confrontational. So you will see them in the middle, but for the rest, there are people that will go over it, the people that will go under it. There is so much that you learn out of these type of dynamics that you have. And through art, learning about other people, having my work being criticized by other people, asking advice of other people, also being in a situation where if I wanted to really become a professional artist, I had to bring myself out there, me as the person, but also my art, the things that I present, the things I create. People are going to have a look at you. And you can try to smile for a long time. You can uphold that smile like as long as you want to, but if you're aching inside for what reason whatsoever, that pain is going to show through somehow, some way. And I knew that somewhere. So I had to deal with that. I had to deal with that. So start, and let's say like a little bit before halfway of the journey till now, because I haven't done everything, of course, but to the point where we are right now, I can definitely say it was a lot of get up and get down, get up, get down, get up, get down, get up. It's almost a dance. Get up and getting down. So the one thing that actually helped me go through that period is to learn about myself and just be honest and be like, sis, um, don't pretend that your shit don't stink. Take responsibility. Take a lot of responsibility. Take a good dosage, like a good full plate. Start eating. You look parched. You look hungry. And I was hungry for it. So that's the thing actually that I wanted to share, right? Because I was thinking about it like, damn, I'm busy with other things. I'm busy with new projects. I here and there sometimes I feel anxious about it because I'm starting new things and is it gonna work? Yes or no? But I was just having this flashback like, wait a minute, I don't feel like I did in the beginning of my career. It doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel the same. And it took a while for me to be at that particular place. But the moment that I just let that happen and not really be constantly focusing on when is it going to happen, when am I going to feel better, when, the moment that I just started on the action of taking responsibility and making sure that I'm cleaning all the garbage up and putting it all neatly together and putting it in the trash, and making sure that everything stays clean by looking at the dynamics, by looking at myself. I think that's where this change just started, where I was like, oh, so I can heal myself. I can be a lot better. I can get through all this aching. It's not easy. It's like putting your feet through the mud. I mean, even quicksand sometimes. But it is worth it. It's so worth it. And another thing that I'm noticing is that had I wished that things would go faster, had I wished that things would go faster and beyond whatever I want needed to go through, I don't think I would have the wisdom and the knowledge that I have right now. Because that's the thing that we see now a lot lately, right? People want to go through, they don't want to feel the pain. They don't want to feel the hurt. They understand that everything is going to take some work. It's going to take some work. It's going to acquire some effort, but you don't really want to feel the pain of the effort. I don't want to feel it. I don't want to feel the pain. I don't want to go through all of that. So people realize that there is a certain level of pain and they want to avoid it. They rather have just a pretty picture, a nice straight smooth lane, and preferably if it can happen yesterday, then we are cool. But we all know that's not going to happen like that, right? So there's no way that you can avoid pain. There's no way that you can avoid hurt, discomfort, unease. But there is a way that you definitely can go through it graciously, right? You don't have to go kicking and screaming. You don't have to go in a way that you are placing yourself in a situation where people are looking at you being like, are you okay? It's just a little bump in the road. You don't have to act like that. You don't want people to look at you like that, right? No, you don't have to pretend that things are okay. I'm not saying that. I'm not into that, fake positivity. Nobody is benefiting from that. The only thing I'm saying is you don't have to act up. Don't act like a brat. Okay, you don't have to go kicking and screaming. You can go through the hard times and the hurt graciously. Have you ever looked at somebody? You must have had looked at somebody and seen them and say, "Wow, they handle everything so calm and and they keep themselves so collected, and they might never have any problems." And then somewhere you hear from someone, or maybe you are in a conversation with that person, and you hear their story, and you're like, "You don't look like it." No, then they don't. They definitely don't. I don't think I do, except for some sleepless nights. But I don't think I do. They don't look that way because they understand there is a certain grace and there is a certain wisdom, and I don't think the word reward is the right word for it, but I think also not satisfaction. I don't know what type of word I'm looking for, but it's somewhere in that direction. If you get my gist. So it's more in the direction of knowing that when you get through it, you get through it. And you get to decide whether you want to learn from this. I don't ever have to be in that situation again, or whether it's going to be a next situation because you didn't learn from it and you're not aware. But for somehow they do things so graciously, just with the acceptance that life has its cycles. I think that is the thing. I still don't have to work for it. I still don't have to work for it. But you can see that they just accept the fact that life has its cycles. Life has its ups and downs. Life has its moments where things don't go your way. Well, even though you're the kindest person ever, you still can go through some shit, right? You still can go through some shit. And you can still go through pain. There can be people around you that still can hurt you. There are people around you, and you can be coming into situations where you're like, this is not what I was signing up for. Is there a different assignment? No, there's not. You're signing up for this as well. Any any soul, any beautiful soul that comes here into this world signs up for the organic and the hermetic laws that are present, the universal laws that are present. And I'm not saying that you see it a lot, because we see a lot of shites are going on. A lot of shite is going on right now. People trying to conquer, people trying to suppress and dominate and control and um, you know whatever. But there are still universal laws. There are still hermetic laws, and maybe that's good for you to look into the hermetic laws. I came in contact with it, like, I think 2 3 years ago. Universal laws, hermetic laws, laws that will be here before, during, and after. So knowing that that is set into place, you kind of know how you can live your life, and how you know how you can design your life, as a matter of fact, but also knowing that pain will also be part of it. So yeah, that's the thing that I was thinking about. I had that flashback, like, man, it's just different. Like, I do still work hard. I do still work hard, but it doesn't hurt. And when I'm done working, I'm content. I'm very content. Even if the situation is not completely the way I want it to be, and I can mumble and when you mumble about something, you're just dissatisfied about the result. You're like, I like to do this one. Oh, I still got a little bouginess in me, but yet I'm satisfied. I'm content because I asked for this. I asked for it. So yeah, for me to be in a place where it doesn't hurt anymore and where I used to be hurting, that really was a moment of transition and transformation. And that hurts. That hurts. That's the part that hurts. That's the part that can be like, ooh, I got to do all of that. Wait a minute, you're asking me to do what? Where do I need to go to? Wait a minute, what type of relationships do I need to break off? Or what type of new relationships do I now need to build? Wait a minute, you're telling me I have to walk this path now by myself? All of those factors, all of those type of elements, all of those things, all part of it, all part of the hurt. It's going to hurt. And I actually, it's going to sound weird what I'm going to say, but I actually want people to experience it as soon as possible. Like, I got an 18-year-old son, and his hurt is, of course, not the same hurt that I have, but he's just experiencing a different type of hurt, which I want him to experience because it learns him to have perspective in life. And it's multidimensional and it's not just one particular thing, right? To get to a place, you have to put in some effort. To know where you want to be, you have to place your mind first. And then your body's going to follow. I say this to him all the time. So I do believe that people need to come to it as soon as possible. I saw this, I think it was a podcast that I saw and listened to by Mel Robbins. Absolutely love that woman. Go look her up. Mel Robbins. She's the woman that came with the 5 second rule. If you want to do something, just count to five, backwards, 5, 4, 3, as if you're launching like a rocket. And she even explained how she came to that rule, how it started, which is very fascinating. But when you hear just her personal story about herself and her family, whoop, gee, um, very impactful. And you can see that she is a woman with a big heart, a huge heart. But she learned to be a tough cookie. She learned to be a tough cookie. She learned to be tough, not in a sense, that you're just not, people can approach you, but she learned to be tough so that she can withstand anything that is coming on a path. And she's talking about certain situations in her life that she went through, her husband went through, her children went through. I'm like, okay, I don't need that type of pain. I'm gonna leave it to you. You can have that, but no pain is comparable, of course. She, I think she's an amazing woman. From what I've seen and what I've witnessed, tough cookie, and I love people like tough cookie, people that got a backbone. Anyway, anywho, listening to her story and she's talking about the 5 second rule, listening to how her experience, and I'm on purpose, I'm not going to talk about her experience because I want for you to figure it out yourself. Go and find it. Google it. Google is your friend. When you hear that story and the way that she accomplished her level of success, right? It doesn't have to be my level of success. It's not your level of success, but her level of success through her pain, because of her pain and the shame involved in it, but also the beautiful lessons that she got to learn. Absolutely amazing. It made her to be a person, and I could really see myself in her. Really. It made herself to be a person that is straightforward, right? I'm just going to give it to you the way it is, but I'm going to give it to you with love because I want you to do better, right? Even if the situation is shitty and you cannot even change it, do anything about it, you still have an opportunity to choose something else to make you better. And that is the thing that I like about her. I absolutely like about her. When I follow other people that are well known, I don't want to say they are stars and well known. I love listening to their stories, and especially the parts that had them in a situation where they is what is either, their life or literally dying from the pain, literally and figuratively dying from the pain. That is the choice that they have to make. Either I'm going to survive, or either I'm really going to die from the pain. Those are the people that make the most impact. But they also have such a, like I already said, they have this, they embrace what comes on their path because they know, knowing what they've been through, anything that comes on their path, they know they are equipped to get to it. They know they are equipped to follow it. They know they are equipped to get through it. Tough cooking, being a tough cookie. Absolutely love that woman. Absolutely love what she got to say. It's not fluff. You know, and you know when somebody is talking fluffy, you know when somebody's just talking a little bit up here. No, everyone is like, okay, initially it sounds great, but then the more you start to think about it, or when you walk away from it, it's like, what was it again? What was that? Nah, see, doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It are the people that really just bring it to you because they have really lived it and seen it and experienced it, and also have that beautiful, authentic way of explaining what it is. Those people will stick to you without any effort, without any effort. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm kind of also drawn to having people around me that have that type of mentality, sturdiness, right? Not being able to be pushed over and knocked over or anything. They have a level of sturdiness. They won't take any bullshit or any crap. You can't bullshit them or come with an excuse or anything that looks like that, because they will see through it. And some of them won't even say that they're seeing through it. They will be like, oh, okay. So I know I'm not looking for people that are still in pain, but I know that I'm drawn to people that have chosen to live, have chosen to heal, have chosen to look back at what is causing the pain and took responsibility to take care of themselves so that they won't be in that particular situation. So I'm really drawn to people that have that quality. And it also reminds me that my story counts as well, and that somebody else's story also counts. Simply for the fact that you cannot always see what somebody's going through, simply for the fact that you cannot always see on the outside what they are living in. Because some people are living in a hell, and it can be a hell in here or a hell in here. We are thinking about the hell that, you know, might be around. The hell in here and the hell in here. It's the worst one. It's in your body. You're living with it 24/7. Mm. And they still wake up, still make a decision to get up, to do whatever they need to do, take care of the kids, maybe go to work, maybe they are caretaker, maybe they are an artist, and maybe they are a writer, and maybe they are you, maybe they are me, still getting up and saying thank you to whatever entity and almighty force you are grateful for opening those eyes and bringing oxygen into those lungs. And I know it sounds like something, it's so cliche. It's being said all the time. Yeah, you have to be grateful. You have to be grateful. You have to be grateful. How can you be grateful if you're in the pain? How can you be grateful if you are still hurting and suffering? If you are dumping your garbage on other people through your process, and especially if you're in a creative process and an art process, you are very much being confronted with whatever it is that you're witnessing and experiencing, because people are involved in your art all the time. At least for me, a lot. So how do you stay in that? How do you get out of that space, or how do you stay in a good space? I see it as a choice. So the moments when I'm sitting and I'm like, I don't think this is going to work, or I don't know if I can continue because it's hurting a lot. It's a lot of work that I got to do. I don't have an assistant. It's just me. Why is it just me? Etc. 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 I just remember that I am equipped in a way that I might not even know how. But if I don't do it, how will I know if I'm equipped for it? And that's the same question that you can ask yourself right now as well. How would you know? How do you know? How would you know? How do you know if you are equipped for something if you don't do it? If you stop before you feel the pain, or when you feel the pain, you be like, it hurts. Like I already said in the beginning, pain can be fatigue, pain can be irritation, frustration. If every time you stop before that pain, or every time you stop just just before the pain starts, how do you know that you're equipped for it? But you still want to have the results that you want to have. Oh, okay. How does that work? Tell me, because I'm doing something wrong. Tell me, tell me, tell me. I want to know. Put it in the comments. I want to know. So just allow yourself to get in it. Get in it. That's almost the title of this life that I wanted to give. But I was like, no, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. Collectively, we are still in a hurt, in a hurtful space. But you can choose to be in a beautiful space as well, even if it still hurts. If you broke your leg, just to give an example, when you break your leg, it hurts. But knowing that it's going to heal, and you're going to walk again and dance and jump and do whatever it's going to do, isn't that a beautiful way of looking at what the pain will transition you through and to? Okay, so do it. Don't stop because it hurts. Don't stop before you think it's going to hurt. Brace yourself. Believe that you have whatever it takes to undergo it. Believe that whatever task is in front of you, that you have what it takes to take it on. And if not so, you will acquire it by going through the process and getting the lessons. You will. I fully believe that. But sometimes it hurts like, mm, wait. That's the only thing I can say. Wait. Wait. You see me drinking a lot during the lives, but that's because you got to stay hydrated, people. Drink your water. Drink water. Drink water. Don't just sit there and be like a dry ass plant. Drink some water. Where I have a part time job and where I work, I've noticed it because I like to observe people, right? I like to be in a corner, be like this. That's why they always say, Madelfa, you're so quiet. I'd be like, because I want to hear all the bullshit that's going on around me so I can escape whenever needed. Anyway, I observe them. And these people don't drink a drop of water. Now, not all of them, but I'm looking at them like, y'all don't need water. Y'all sitting at your desks. And I drink a lot of water. I get up at least 3 times in an hour or half, like an hour or a little bit more than that. But I get up a lot to go to the toilet because I drink a lot. When you're in the office space, this is a space where you get dehydrated the fastest and the most. Just for the people that are, or for all my creatives, for all my artists, for all the people that are working at their craft, but they have a side hustle and you're at the office, drink your water because you get very hydrated over there. And these people don't drink even a drop of water. No aqua, no H2O, or actually you have to say 2H4, 2H4O4, but we say H2O. Nothing. And I'm looking at them like, y'all mouth ain't dry. Y'all don't want to swish whatever is in your mouth. You just ate something and you just let it just sitting there like that. Y'all don't go like, hmm? Y'all don't get up to go to the toilet. Mm. Oh my God. I hate to go after that person who goes to the toilet. Ooh, wait. TMI. I know that's TMI. But just to say so, you got to drink your water. And I'm looking at these people and they just don't drink water. And I'm looking at their faces like I can see. because y'all look parched. Y'all look dry. Y'all look dry. One big smile and it might crack. And I'm the type of person, I'm sitting there with all my toiletries. I'm sitting there with my wipes. I have tissue. I have a bottle of water. I have my tea. I have hand sanitizer. I have hand cream. I'm sitting with a chopstick, like I'm sitting here at the desk as well. And I'm looking at these people like, y'all don't put no cream on your hands or something like that. Your hands don't get dry after you wash your. Do you even wash your hands after you go to the toilet? Y'all hands don't get dry. Y'all don't come back and put some lotion on those hands. I mean, I'm lotioning my hands like every time I come back from the toilet because one, I have a very sensitive skin. Two, that soap is the most cheapest soap they ever have bought in life. I don't know where they got it, but and sanitizing your hands and everything, your hands are going to get dry. You need to moisturize yourself. Take some lotion. It's not even that expensive. These people are not sitting with lotion. They just, I'm like, do y'all even wash your hands when y'all come back? Hmm? Ah, some people are only sitting with one type of drink, coffee. And listen, I'm not against people who drink coffee. I absolutely love coffee, and I've grown to be slowly a coffee connoisseur. Right? I'm so bougie. I don't want my coffee from the store. I go to a special store where they have different brands and I get advised about the brands. And at the moment that I just get in the smell, ooh, I just feel so luxe and premium. That's how bougie I am. That's how bougie I am. But anyway, I love coffee as well. But I drink water after. Okay, I need to wash out, drink, rinse. Come on now. Coffee dehydrates your body. However you look at it, coffee is it can dehydrate your body, especially if you have some cheap ass nasty brand. And to be honest, the coffee that's over there at the office always has this particular it has a taste of burned ashes. Now that I've been sitting eating burned ashes to tell you that it tastes like burned ashes, but it has such a peculiar taste. It's like, oh, absolutely, absolutely. They don't drink water at all. And I'm looking at their faces, and I can see in their faces that's like, okay, I can see y'all don't like water. I can see on their hands they don't like water. No water. But it's another reason why I'm drinking so much water. It keeps me out of the bullshit, you know. It's a really good way to get up from your place when you're getting some, you need to walk. Because sitting behind a desk, behind a laptop is not, you need to move your body, people. Secondly, when people are starting to talk nonsense, it's a good reason. I might be in danger because I don't know who's looking right now, but but anyway, it keeps you out of conversations that you just don't want to be in. So the funny part about it is, I one time heard a meme where somebody said, "Drink water, and you will always stay in your own business." Ain't that the truth? When you drink water, you're always in your own business. You're always minding your business. Because sometimes I'll be hearing stories and I'm like, oh my God, I need to go home. Now, like right now, right now. But yeah, people. Anyway, I'm making a joke out of it. You already know what I'm doing. I like to make jokes out of it, but drink your water, hydrate yourself, okay? Don't let the situation that is going on in your life or outside have you in a situation where you can not nourish your body, not nourish your mind. Stay hydrated, eat some fruit, drink some juices, make some fresh juices, right? Cook your meals. Don't always have takeout. I like takeout too, but in moderation, everything in moderation. Go outside, walk. When you sit and you work for a while, breathe, check in with yourself. Breathe, right? Breathe. As a matter of fact, in my podcast, where I discuss different types of subjects that are specifically related to my art journey, but also things that are happening around me, other artists, and in the art sector and industry. The first question that I always ask in the podcast is, how are you? Huh? How are you? Keep connected with yourself. So I'm going to bring it in this part two. Before I end, I'm going to ask you, how are you? So that when you stop looking at it, you go to bed, or maybe you're waking up. I don't know. What part of the day you are? You ask yourself, how am I doing? What is it that I'm feeling? How am I sitting in my body? I think that is such an important question. And people just want to just raise, like RACE, raise through it. Oh, we don't have any time to feel okay. Well, if you want to go to your grave early, I mean, but it doesn't have to be the same way for you, especially right now for all creatives and artists that are in a stressful situation. People in general, even if you're not a creative artsy person and you come across this platform and you're looking at this live and you made it this far, and I have still a little bit left, but 8 minutes left. And you're looking at this and you're like, ugh, I'm just stressed out. Yo, ask yourself, how are you doing? And how can you make it better in that particular moment? Don't think about 1 minute later, 2 minutes later, 3 minutes later, for just now, in this moment. If in this moment you need to drink water, get your ass up and go take some water. Go take some water. If you want to you just want to be like, man, I don't want to hear a damn thing anymore. Be silent. Or if you're like, oh, and I feel like dancing actually, get up and put on some music. Ain't nobody watching anyway. So why not? Right? If in that moment you feel that you want to be entertained and you're like, I feel like a Netflix or something like that, go and watch a Netflix. If you're like, wait a minute, I'm really tired, I actually should go to bed right now, get up and go to bed. Rest your head. Leave your telephone where it is. Go to bed. Go to bed. Don't worry about the fact that it's just 9 o'clock or it's just 10 o'clock or it's just 8 o'clock. Go to bed. Your body is telling you something. Go to bed. Do it. Do it. Because stressing yourself out about something is not helping you. Stress leads to more stress. Anything you think about, anything you focus on, and that goes for me as well. Because sometimes I have to catch myself like this. Like I have to catch myself and be like, change your mind, please. What in the heck is going on? Because it becomes a snowball effect. The one thought leads to another, leads to another, leads to another, leads to another. And before you know it, you're sitting there dehydrated behind the desk, wondering why nobody is offering you any water. And you're only drinking coffee. And your mouth smells like something. Breath smells like Again, I'm making fun of it, but it's just the person that I am. I've learned to use humor in places where I was just tired of crying and tired of being stressed and tired of being stressed the F out. I was like, wait a minute. If you're looking from a certain point of view, this is actually pretty funny. And I say it out loud. And then I see it in front of me and I'm like, it's actually stupid. Not that I am stupid, it's kind of funny. So I make, light out of it. Cannot do that always. Certain matters are pretty serious. But if you can laugh yourself through a bad situation, you have conquered something. You have definitely conquered something. So, good people, that is it. That is all that I have here to give to you all. I have to go and make myself ready for the next day. So, like I already said, like I said yesterday, not in this particular episode, but what I said yesterday in my life, I have a second channel where I vlog about the daily stuff that I, as an artist, I, as a painter, a sketcher, illustrator, a creator, just go through. I wouldn't say the mundane things in life because nothing in my life is mundane. Nothing in my life is boring. But anything that I'm going, no, not everything that I'm going through. Some of the things that I'm going through, I share that in that vlog. It's called MCJ's Live. Go over there. It's pretty fresh, it's pretty new, but we can have your support. So click on that subscription button. Also on this channel, MCJ Studio, subscribe, like, subscribe, like, subscribe, like, subscribe, like. Yeah, don't be stingy with it. Subscribe and like. Subscribe and like. If you made it this far, then this message was for you. Subscribe to it and like it. Go to MCJ's Live, subscribe to it and like it. I will put the link in the description box so you can go to the channel and see what it is all about. The next vlog will be always at the end of the week. So that for me is Sunday, and there you will see what's happening during the week. All right. Okay. Well, that's it. That's all, people. I'm going to see you next time. Maybe tomorrow, maybe not. I'm starting to like this life thing. It's so without pressure, right? I don't have to think about the lighting. Well, it's not the same quality that you are used to. And it doesn't mean I won't do pre-recorded videos, but it's just sitting and conversing, right? So might be back tomorrow, might be not. If so, I'm still going to wish you a great night. If you're on the other part of the world, I'm going to say have a great day. We will see each other soon. Subscribe, and like, yes, annoying, I know, because you have to do it. I see you soon. Bye, y'all.